Hi. A lot of people nowadays are getting frustrated with traditional Pilates becoming very diluted and fitnessized. In Neuro Pilates, we try to honor the traditional repertoire while integrating the neurological exercises within it. But today I thought I'm going to keep the class strictly traditional, and this is going to help our Pilates mat students who are going through their certification. So let's go through together the original 34 movements of the Pilates Matwork flow. So let's start at the front of the mat, and in traditional Pilates we always take a first position or a V to help you connect to your midline. So standing in your V at the front of your mat, take a genie position with your arms and take a moment just to think about your posture and length. And we're going to try to descend to the mat in the classical way, where you're going to take one leg behind you like this, as if you're going to propose, and then you sit back. And then you go ahead and lie down on your back in your first position, taking the arms overhead, and the rib cage stays heavy. So the warm-up in traditional Pilates is the actual 100. So we're going to squeeze our inner thighs together, and before you start anything, think about your organs just sinking into the floor, getting heavy, and lift your arms up to the ceiling. And then go ahead and curl up with the head and shoulders. Squeeze your legs together extra tight. Wait till the legs get light. Lift your legs and energize them to hover above the ground. And then start pumping very strongly with the arms. If this doesn't feel right for your back, you're more than welcome to stretch your legs up to the ceiling, bend them, or reach them at a lower 45-degree angle. I like the low angle though with the legs for my posture, for my body, because it actually lifts me up higher into flexion. Let's go really strong and fast now with the arms, but slow with the breath. So you're breathing in for 5 counts and you're breathing out for 5 counts, and you want some nice energized arm pumps here. Slow breathing, strong scoop through the abdominals, and really lengthen through the back of the body, taking that inhale into the back of your rib cage and into the mat. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, into, and really try to create turbulence with your arms. A lot of people don't get the pumping and they think, what's the point of this? My husband calls this the dying bird exercise. But it is, when you do it fast with the arms, you actually do get a purpose of why the arms exist, why this choreography exists. Now go ahead and take your legs down, but have them together, dorsiflex, and then really scoop. So we go straight into the roll-up if possible. See if you can touch your toes. Reach for your toes. Reach for your toes. Reach for your toes. And then with a strong scoop in your abdominals, reach your arms forward. If you want to, and if you have a classical mat, it's nice to hook your feet under the strap, but you don't have to. It just makes things a little bit nicer feeling. My legs are together, feet are flexed, arms are reaching forward, and my navel is going in the opposite direction. I'm now going to sit on my jeans back pockets. I'm going to roll down one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the mat, taking the arms overhead. Lift the arms, keep the rib cage heavy here. Curl up with the head and shoulders. Reach the arms towards your feet. If you're struggling with this one, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Try to touch your toes, and then scoop forward. And then slowly roll down, taking the arms overhead. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, keep the arms by the ears the whole time. This is going to make this lever, this side of the lever, a lot heavier. And then roll down, keeping the arms by the ears and imagining someone's pulling your legs in the opposite direction. We're going to do one more time. Lift the head and shoulders up. Deep exhalation through here. You're going to need that scoop. Stretch forward with a rounded back. And then slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. Take your arms, press them down into the mat very strongly. Unless you have a classical mat and you want to hold on to your poles behind you. Again, this just gives you access connection to your back, which is going to make your legs feel a lot lighter. So when I've got these, I can lift my legs up from the floor towards the ceiling. Otherwise, just press the arms down, bend your knees, and stretch up to the ceiling. Again, organs are heavy, and as I exhale, with no momentum, I'm going to tip my legs over towards the face. Then I'm going to open the legs, flex the feet, feel like my feet are going in the opposite direction as I roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. At a 45 degree, I'm going to bring my legs together again, lift the arms up, and exhale. Try not to use momentum to go over. Really press down into your arms if you've got your arms there, and use the exhale to go over into your rollover. Now we're going to flex the feet, and as I roll down, we're going to feel like someone's pulling us in the opposite direction. So really pulling the feet and the heels in the opposite direction. Really slowly articulate through the spine, back to that 45 degree, and legs together. Let's reverse it now. We're going to open the legs, flex the feet, and as you exhale, we go up and over slowly till your legs are parallel to the floor. Some people like to touch down for an extra stretch. Bring the legs together, point your toes, and slowly roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time again. Open the legs, flex the feet, press strongly into your arms. You should be feeling this in your triceps and your back muscles. Exhale, we go up and over. Here, bring the legs together, point your toes, and roll down through the spine. Keep the right leg up, take the left leg down, and flex it. Your arms, again, can be down here. They don't have to be holding. I'm going to be holding these poles because it makes it better. I'm going to go into one leg circle. Feel like you're lifting your right leg up out of the socket, up towards the ceiling. Take it across the midline of the body, and then circle it round and pause. We go around and pause. You don't have to go fast. Keep it nice and slow. And imagine you've got 2 drinks here on your hip bones that you don't want to spill. So you only go as big as you're not spilling these drinks. And you only go as fast, because in traditional Pilates, this is done usually fast and with a hold here. Fast and hold. But only go as fast as you can stay stable. Then change the direction. And feel free to bend the knee. If this feels too much, you can bend either leg, the bottom leg or the top leg. 4, 5, hold it at the top, and then switch legs. Flex the bottom leg, keep it active against the floor. Energize your left leg, reach it up towards the ceiling first, and then take it across the midline of the body, circle round and hold. Breathe out for most of the circle, breathe in at the top. 3, 4, 5, change direction, circle the opposite way. 1, again, think of those 2 drinks here on your hip bones that you don't want to spill. 3, 4, 5, and relax. Come up to sitting, ready for rolling back, also known as rolling like a ball. Bring your feet, lift one foot, then lift the other one. Take your hands just in the front of the ankles and pull your heels close to your bottom and your knees close to your shoulders. Elbows are wide and legs pushing into the arms a little bit. Scoop your abdominals in and pretend you're going to roll back, but then you change your mind. You're going to do it rolling like a ball, but then you change your mind and you return. You roll back, and then you change your mind. Can you feel your core already? You should be feeling like it's your center or your core that initiates this tilt, this rolling. And when you're ready, use that same initiation as you roll back to your shoulder blades, come up to balance and pause. Roll back, come up to balance and pause. I'm still not at the level where I can bring my heels really close to my bottom, but that's what you're aiming for. This is very much dependent on your posture, is how mobile your spine is in flexion, is how comfortable this is going to feel. And this is why Pilates mats are very thick for these kind of movements. So you're rolling back, rolling up. You want to modify it, take your hands underneath your thighs, open the angle so your lever here becomes bigger or heavier to tip you back. And if you're not getting this and you really want to feel your core, you don't get the point of this exercise, glue your elbows to your knees. Keep the elbows glued to the knees. Use your center to roll back. Then come up. Now you're going to feel your center. Now you're going to feel your core, and that this is, in fact, a core exercise. Now we're going to hug the left knee into the chest and reach the right leg away. Roll down to your lower back and feel that two-way stretch. Right leg reaching away from you, left knee going in the opposite direction. Curl up nice and high, and then switch. Outside hand to the far end of the ankle, inside hand to the inside of the knee. And switch, and switch, and switch. Breathing out for most of this exercise. Breathing in as and when you need to. Hug the knee close. As we get older, we lose our knee flexion and hip flexion. Most of us do, so you want to really try to keep that alive by folding the leg completely. Hug both knees into your chest now, ready for a double leg stretch. Let's give the head a little bit of a rest. The neck, Nod your chin. Curl up with the head and shoulders. Now here, organs get extra heavy. Reach your arms long. Reach your arms by your ears and your legs away from you. But sink everything down. Feel like everything's sinking towards the floor. And then circle the arms round to hug the knees again. Look at your pubic bone. As your arms reach by your ears and your legs reach away, you've got to look at your pubic bone and deepen that flexion. And then circle round. So I know traditionally the breath is done in reverse. We inhale usually here, exhale here. I like to change the breath so that you exhale here. That helps you stay flexed. It helps you stay with the sternum and pubic bone connected. And then inhale, we circle round. Breathe out. Breathe in to circle round and hug. Last two. Breathe out. And breathe in, come back. One more time. Breathe out. And then come back. Stretch your legs up. Take your head and shoulders can rest a second. Curl up with the head and shoulders and do your low scissors where you pull 1, 2. With the elbows wide, try and actively fight for a straight leg. Even if it wants to bend, try to stretch it as best you can. 2 pulses. Hands go behind the head, and we're going to exhale, lower both legs only as low as we can create a strong scoop. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And inhale, lift. Hands go behind the head. Breathe out. And lift. 4 more. And lift. And then crisscross, opposite elbow towards opposite knee. Drive your rib cage round and twist. Keep your elbows wide open and see if you can bring your armpit towards your opposite hip bone. Reach and reach. Exhale. One more on each side. And relax. Well done. We're going to grab the back of our thighs and curl up. Take your feet just wider than shoulders. We're going to do spine stretch forward. Here, lengthen up as best you can through the spine. Flex your feet strongly, arms at shoulder height. Bring your chin down and scoop your abdominals in and up. As you reach your arms forward, you're trying to bring your forehead down just past your knees. And then roll up 1 vertebra at a time. So it's different from yoga in that we're not hinging forward in a straight back. We're rolling down as if we're rolling down from standing. And at the same time, we're feeling that two-way stretch where the arms are reaching forward and the navel's reaching back. And then restack the spine from tail to head. Exhale, we go chin to chest. Reach the arms forward. Open the back line of the body. And then roll up. And lengthen tall, our shoulders stay away from the ears. One more time, reach. Go for it as far as you can with the arms past your feet, and then restack the spine from tail to head. Now point the toes, sit back on your jeans back pockets. There's an advanced transition here where we go straight to open leg rocker, and I'll show you first the modification. No, I'll show you first the full thing and then see if you're able to do it. Using your core only, not your back. You're going to lift the legs, grab the back of your calves, and pull your breastbone up by pulling your triceps down. If that felt like it's going into your back, feel free to bend one knee, then the other, stretch one leg, then the other, lift the breastbone, and again, we're gonna sit on our jeans back pockets and roll back to our shoulder blades, and then come up and lift the breastbone, triceps down. Inhale to roll back, and then exhale, lift. Or reverse the breath if that makes more sense to you. You go exhale, and then inhale to come up, lifting the breastbone, triceps pull down. Good. We roll back through the center of the spine, lift. I found this cue of pulling your triceps down really helpful because that helps you lift your breastbone. And also, it's much easier when you're holding your skin. If you're holding your leggings or your trousers, your hands are just going to keep slipping, and this little bit of stick makes a massive difference. Hold it at the top, squeeze your legs together, come into a bit of a teaser position here. We're going to roll down through the spine, straight into corkscrew, press the arms down, and send your legs up and over. I'm going to go back and hold my poles here. Wish I was a bit taller, I could just grab them. We exhale, we go over, and then we're gonna send the legs over to the right and roll down the right side of the spine. If you've never done corkscrew prep before, then wait for it, I'll show you. Then roll up the left side of the spine. Then we're gonna roll down the left side of the spine. And then circle around and roll up the right side of the spine. So if this is inaccessible, you can do all of it with the arms out to the side, keeping your bottom down. You just circle around and come up, circle around. So feel free to do this option if you like. Otherwise, if your spine allows you to go there, send your legs to the left, roll down the left side of the spine, circle the legs round, roll up the right side of your spine, and then let's finish on this one. Come up to sitting, flex the feet, take the arms out to the sides, and we're gonna exhale to twist for the saw, turn that back arm in and reach for your pinky toes if you wanna saw off your little toe, and then roll up, lengthen, twist to the opposite direction, and exhale, reach. And then roll up and lengthen, twist, turn that back arm in and feel like someone's pulling this arm back, this arm forward in that two-way stretch. Roll up and lengthen, circle back to the center, twist, reach. Thinking about rolling down over your leg, maybe turning your head as if you're swimming front crawl, and then rolling up, center, one more time, reach, and lengthen. Let's do the swan now. We're gonna lay on our stomachs. I'm gonna come forward just to take advantage of the poles. Traditionally the legs are together, but that's a big ask for a lot of people. So play it by ear. If you're struggling to come up with your legs together, just separate them a little bit. So we're going to slide our shoulders away from the ears as our crown of the head reaches forward in the opposite direction. So really exaggerate, feeling your back muscles connect and lengthen the crown of the head forward before you extend up into your swan. And then as you exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen all the way forward again. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades down. Feel that two-way stretch as the crown of the head lengthens forward and the legs reach away from you. So you're trying to feel like you're going forward before you come up. And then once you've done a few of these, let's go to Swan 2 now, where we stay up. Now pretend you're a rocking chair. You're gonna keep this exact shape. And as I tip down, my legs are going to lift, lift, lift. As I come up, they rock down. They don't have to lift high, and you can have them apart if you want some extra height. But the legs squeezing together does help you connect to your midline. And then bring the hands underneath your shoulders now, and then rock and catch. Throw the arms forward and catch. Throw, catch. And then when you want to do the original one, the full version, you throw and you swing back and forth and stretch in a child's pose. Breathe into the back and sides here of your rib cage. And we'll come forward again onto the elbows for the single leg kick. Bring your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Energize the legs. Lift your abdominals, spread your shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, curl the heel towards the bottom for 1, 2 kicks. And then stretch 1, 2, and then kick 1, 2, and then kick 1, 2. A lot of people make fun of this exercise, but when I had a baby, for 10 months I couldn't do this exercise. So that's when you realize that it is actually working your core. I was feeling like all this was so weak, I couldn't lift it. Lengthen and lift your breastbone, and as you curl the leg, as I'm curling my left knee, I'm imagining my left knee going back as someone's pulling my heel towards my bottom. So I'm opening the front line of the body. And then go ahead, squeeze your legs together, turn your head to one side, and we'll do double leg kick. Bring the hands together as high as you can on your mid-back. Elbows down towards the floor, squeezing the legs together. We're going to do 3 kicks this time. We go, as I kick, I press my pubic bone down into the mat. 1, 2, 3. Reach the legs long, lift the arms as high as possible, widening the shoulders. Turn your head the opposite way. 1, 2, 3. Reach. And again, turn. 1, 2. Elbows to the floor here. Reach. And turn. 1, 2, 3. Reach. And last time. 1, 2, 3. Reach. And relax in child's pose. So now we're going to turn around for neck pull. Again, I'm going to use this strap, but you don't have to. It just makes it a little bit easier. And for this one, your legs are apart and flexed. And your hands are going to go behind the head. And we're going to hinge back in one straight line until you feel you can't go anywhere. You're stuck. And then you're going to roll down and imagine someone's really pulling you in the opposite direction with your legs. And then you come back up again. So I'm going to lengthen, drop my chin and lengthen the back of the body. Here, because of the strap, I can do this. I'm going to deep exhale, but some of you might get stuck here. You don't want to use momentum. Just reach your arms forward. Take your hands behind your head again when you're able, and bring your forehead to your knees for 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3. Roll up, lengthen through the spine, hinge back in one straight line, and then tuck your tailbone under, reach your legs in the opposite direction as you roll down. So really imagine someone's pulling you in the opposite direction. Breathe in to prepare here and curl up. Make your heels extra heavy, heavy, heavy. Press them down, scoop, stay round. Deepen your scoop with the abdominals as you bring your forehead to the knees, and then inhale to lengthen up nice and tall, 1 vertebra at a time. Hinge back in a straight, straight, straight line, and then when you can't, you roll down through the spine. Let's come up and stay up this time. We're going to curl up, over, forehead to the knees. And then we're going to bend the knees. And what I'd like you to do is I want you to drive your elbows down to be able to come up to high scissors. So roll back, drive your elbows down, and push your legs up. This position might not be accessible to you. If this is not there, there could be many reasons why you find this uncomfortable. Arm length to torso length ratios, spine mobility, wrist issues. So feel free to do everything we're doing down here, which is scissors and bicycle. So I'm going to go ahead and come up again. And then from here, I'm going to sit into my hands a little bit, but stay strong through my center so that I don't put too much weight in my wrists and hands. And then I'm going to slice the legs apart. One goes forward, one goes back. And then I'm really accenting or putting the accent on the back leg. And we go 2 pulses, 1, 2, and switch. And my main focus is that my pelvis doesn't start twisting. And I'm pushing the back of my head into the mat, reaching both legs in that 2-way stretch in opposition. You almost have to limit how much the front leg goes towards your face so that you can put the accent in the hip extension. And then from here, we can go into bicycle, where we try and touch the mat with our toes and then slice the legs apart back to our scissor split, and then try touch the mat with your toes and then reach. Obviously, I don't think I'm anywhere near the mat, but I'm even just trying to scrape it with my toe before I bend will maximize that hip extension and opening through the front of the body. And then scoop in the opposite direction. Again, scrape the mat with your toes as you push back. As you push back. This is great for hip mobility and pelvic stability. And then squeeze the legs together and roll down, bring your feet down. I'm not gonna do the classical transition from bicycle to bridge because I really struggle with that. We're gonna roll up to a bridge position here. Take a moment before we start to really imagine you're pulling your heels towards your bottom. We're not gonna do a high bridge here in an arch. We're gonna do a straight line just to maximize the glute hamstring connection. Really push strongly into your left foot. Make your left foot extra heavy now as you slide your right leg straight along the mat and then pull it towards your face for 1 and 2, 3. Pelvic stability is priority. 4. If this feels too much, just bend your leg, hold it in tabletop, and then take it down. Now put all the weight on that right foot. Make your right foot extra heavy. Slide your left leg away, reach, but still keeping the hips high, and then flex and reach. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 more, 5. Take the foot down, and then roll down through the spine. And let's grab the back of the thighs and come up to sitting. So now we're gonna do spine twist. So we're sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna take the arms out to the sides, and as we exhale, make sure your ribs are directly, by the way, over your pelvis. Sit on a pillow if you need to, and change your position if you need to get taller. That's priority. And we're gonna pulse and twist twice to the right, and then twice to the left. And you wanna be like those jam jars where you're twisting from the waist up, but your legs and pelvis are not affected. So you don't want one leg to shorten compared to the other. That's why it's nice to glue the legs together and just go 1, 2, and twist. 1, 2, and twist. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and relax. We're going into jackknife. Here, again, you have the option of either pressing down strongly into the arms or holding something heavy behind you. Any bit of furniture at home will help. So connect your arms to your back. And if you've got your arms here, really push down into the mat. And then if your spine allows, lift your legs up to the ceiling. Of course, you can bend them and stretch them up. And then from here, we're gonna go over again to our rollover and stretch straight up to the ceiling. Keep the legs as vertical as possible on the way down. Really connecting your back muscles without shrugging if you're holding on to something. Back to the 45 degree, and then again, inhale, we go. Exhale, squeeze your glutes and reach your legs up to the ceiling. Inhale, stay, and then exhale, try roll down, keeping the legs as vertical as possible. Let's do that 2 more times. And we go up. Keep the legs as vertical as possible, squeezing the backs of the legs. Roll down. And again, I actually like to exhale to go. Inhale, prepare, exhale, reach up. And then inhale, stay, exhale, roll down through the spine and relax. Now we're gonna turn to the side. For side kick, take your bottom leg forward. I'm gonna come down to make use of this. Take your bottom leg forward. You can take your hand behind your head, but try not to just kind of hang out here. Really lift through the bottom waist, like there's some air here, and push your head back into your hands. You should be, say if you were a straight line, bring your legs up, forward, and then place them down. So there's a 45 degree sort of hinge here. And then we're gonna do the side kick. Push the bottom leg into the floor as you take your top leg hip distance apart. And you're gonna take it as far forward as you can stay neutral for 2 kicks, and then point the foot, reach the leg back. Inhale, we take it forward for 1, 2. Exhale, squeeze the glute, take the leg back. Use your center to keep this imaginary drink here stable. So we go 1, 2, reach back. Try not to involve your spine at all. Only your leg is moving. And again, 1, 2, reach. 1, 2, reach. 1, 2, reach. Take the leg forward now, turn it out just a little bit, and then we're going to do small circles here. 1, keep the drink here stable. 2, 3, 4, 5, change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the leg a little bit more turned out and do some high kicks here. Point, flex. This should feel a little bit stretchy. Go up and then down. Up, energize the leg as it comes down to meet the other one, and feel like you're getting longer through here and the crown of the head is reaching in the opposite direction. Then energize the leg in parallel. Let's do our big circles, our rond de jambe. We take the leg forward and you go up, 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 up to the ceiling and down to the line of the body. We go forward, up to the ceiling. Here I've got my hand in front of me because it helps stabilize. Let's do 3 in each direction. Then change the direction. We go up to the ceiling and then take it forward. Again, as much as you can, trying not to spill that drink. We go up, forward, and back. And then again, up. Should feel your glutes by now. Last one. Keep the breath continuous and flowing. Now, instead of doing the side kick on the other side, let's go into our teasers from here. So if you've never done teaser, if you're not comfortable with teaser, let's start with the prep and then build up to it. Grab the back of your thighs, nod, and roll up. Come along for the ride to your teaser position, arms up. And then roll down, grab the back of your thighs, and bring it back down. And if that's going well, you can reach your arms and roll up. Arms and legs parallel to each other. Roll down through the back as you reach your legs away from you in the opposite direction. And then take the arms overhead. If you want to do the full thing, you start with the legs from the floor, but feel free to stick to any of the options I gave you before. I like to circle the arms round like in Reformer because it makes you feel like the legs feel lighter. So you circle around, look at your feet, squeeze your legs together till they feel light, then lift your breastbone here. And then as I roll down, I reach my legs in the opposite direction and then take the arms overhead, ribs heavy. Circle the arms round, squeeze the legs, reach, lift the breastbone at the top, roll down, reaching your legs in the opposite direction, take the arms overhead. Let's do that 2 more times. Circle, squeeze the legs, wait for it to come up. Don't force your legs to come up. Feel free to bend your knees if you like, and then roll down. Wait for them to feel light. They feel light at a certain point. After curling up with the upper body, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your legs together. Then they come up. From here, let's try the classical transition to hip twist. This is a bit advanced, but let's have a go. We go up and round. A little bit more graceful than that. I hope you did it. Lift your breastbone, and then you're gonna circle around. Breathe out for most of it, and inhale up. I realize this is a killer. If it's just really not happening, bend your elbows here, lift your legs, feel free to bend your knees a bit and do the same movement. A circle, breathe out for most of the circle, in at the top. You will feel your hip flexors, and that is an important muscle. I don't know why we always feel uncomfortable when we feel certain muscles, but it's like feeling the burn in the glutes. It's just here. There's nothing wrong with that. Keep the breastbone lifted. We go 1 more on each side. And relax. Let's go to the other side. So I'm going to turn around, but you just roll over. So you're going to take your legs forward, take your arm behind your head, lift a little bit here. Bottom leg pushes in as the top leg comes out. Take the leg forward. You go 1, 2, exhale, reach back. Inhale, side kick. 1, 2, exhale, reach back. 1, 2, reach back. The drink is here. Use your glute to take your leg back, really disassociating your leg from your pelvis. That's priority. If your mat is thin and this hip is bothering you, please bend your knee. I forgot to mention that on the other side. Then take the leg in front of the other one, on top of the other one. Turn it out just a little bit and small circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2. Stability here is priority. 4, 5, turn it out a little bit more, and high kick towards your ear. Point as you go up, flex as you go down. Energy through the leg as it comes down. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Push your head back into your hand, and rond de jambe. Turn the leg to parallel now. Take the leg forward, up to the ceiling, and down. Forward, up to the ceiling, and down to the line of the body. Really feeling that hip opening, then change direction. We go back, lift, forward. This is strengthening your joints and muscles at end ranges of motion. Last one. And then we go ahead and lay on our stomach, ready for swimming. So swimming, we're gonna energize the right arm and left leg and feel like they're lengthening away from each other. Feel that connection between the right fingertips and the left toes. Now switch, press that down. Keep your back in extension. Reach your left arm away, right leg reaching. Then take it down. Now both arms and legs. Swim slowly first. Feel your trunk and back is completely stable, and then go faster. I'm going to stop here, but keep going for 5. So the mic keeps getting stuck on the mat, so I don't want to make too much noise for you. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and child's pose stretch. We're going to come onto our hands and knees, and we're going to do our plank or leg pull. So you're going to, we'll do leg pull front first instead of leg pull back. We take one leg back, energize your core, push the mat away from you and take the other leg back. Take a moment to hold, feeling that two-way stretch. Just take a moment holding in the plank position on its own. When you're doing the full classical flow, if you wanted to go into more advanced transition, after the swimming, put your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes in, and see if you can nail coming up fully to leg pull front like this in one block. Okay, either take a rest or keep going. Push down into your left toes, strongly into the mat. Elevate the right leg, really keeping your hip bones lifted, level, I mean. Take it down. Push down the right foot into the floor, then take the left leg up. Nothing should change. Then take it down, mini rest. Back again. Now we go flex, point, down. Flex, point, down. Priority here is that you're not arching the back as you do these little kicks. You're keeping a long back and only lifting from your hip, and that your pelvis is not twisting. Flex, point, down. Flex, point, down. And relax. Swing your legs around to the front. Take your arms behind you. Bend your knees. We'll start with the prep. Roll your wrists around if you need to for this. And then we're going to imagine we're pushing the triceps to the back of the room. Your triceps to the back of the room, and then your front, then your knees to the front of the room. So breathe out, push the triceps to the back, knees to the front, hold it here, feel the long line. If your arms are uncomfortable in this position, feel free to go sideways or turn it back. This is the official position. Straighten your legs if you want to do the full version. Triceps to the back of the room. Hip bones up to the ceiling, feet towards the floor. And feel the whole back line of your body working. Chest lifted, push your shoulders away from the ears, and then slowly and gracefully we come back down again. All right? If you wanted to do the leg kicks, I'm not very good at this, but I'll do it anyway. I'll attempt to do it anyway, for sure. Triceps back, lift the hips up. Push down into the left foot and kick your right leg up 3 times. 1, 2, trying not to twist your pelvis. 3, now push down into the left foot. Kick 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Well done. Just stretch forward. Give your wrists a little bit of a roll. We're almost at the end. Change direction. And we're going to do our kneeling side kicks into our side bends. So coming up to kneeling position, take your arms out to the side, stretch your left leg out to the side, and then lengthen out of the hips. Imagine someone's pulling you out of the hips, chest is open. Put your fingertips on the floor, and then take your hand behind your head, and then when you're ready, push the hand down into the floor, feeling like this arm is spiraled out and there's space here. Then turn that left leg to point to forward to me. And then as you exhale, lift 1 and 2, 3, hold it up, 4. Flex your foot, side kick here, 2 kicks forward, 1, 2, exhale, reach back and forward. You should look like a statue. If your left leg was invisible, you should look like a statue. Nothing's moving. Try to have your leg parallel to the floor. Try to have this leg vertical. If this isn't comfortable and this leg isn't vertical, just do a side lying side kick for 1 more set. We're almost done though. Last one. 1, 2, reach back and relax. So now we side bend. We take the left foot forward in front of the right, and your right hand is pointing that way. And you're gonna put all your weight on your right hand and left foot. And you're gonna push the ground away, squeezing your inner thighs together as you come up into a rainbow shape. If you're unable to come up here and you're like this, the distance wasn't right. But if you're coming up and your distance is too far, you're gonna look like a plank. So what you wanna do is get the distance right. This is a trial and error until you're creating a rainbow. And imagine if you were in a toaster, you won't get burnt. So you don't want to be burning your head or burning your bottom. You want to be flat in that toaster and then slowly coming back down gracefully. Kiss the mat, come all the way back up again. This is about the body working together. It's not about just putting all your weight on the arm. It's really about feeling like you're pushing the floor, squeezing the inner thighs, spiraling this arm out to create that rainbow shape. And keep this arm straight. Think of painting the ceiling as you go up and over, and then slowly come down. Hold it at the top this time. Shift your weight to your feet as you thread through to like a downward dog, and then come into a side plank and hold it, and then thread through as you reach. Come into your side plank. One more time. Thread through. Come back to your side plank, and then slowly come down. Let's do the other side. So we go into our side kick kneeling. I forgot first. So come up to kneeling again. Give your wrists a little bit of a relief. Take your leg out to the side. In Pilates, like the whole flow feels great with the soft mat until you get to the end where there's a lot of wrist loading. You might be better on the floor for that. So we lengthen out of the hips, out of the hips, out of the hips. Put your fingertips down. Then plant it, but stay open with your chest. Take your hand behind your head and push your head back into your hand, spiraling this arm out. Turn your top leg, the right one, forward, and then lift and lower 4 times. 1, 2, 3, hold it up, 4. Flex the foot. Take the leg forward for 2 kicks. 1, 2. Exhale as you go back, squeezing your glute. You go forward. 1, 2. Exhale, reach back. The torso shouldn't move whatsoever. And reach. Inhale forward. 1, 2. Exhale, reach back. 2 more. 1, 2. Reach. And last one. 1, 2. Reach and relax. Have a seat. Take your right foot in front of the left. We're almost done. I know this is a bit of a longer class than usual. I'm going to spiral the arm out. Put all your weight on your right foot and left hand. Push the ground away. Come up to your rainbow shape and really pretend you're in that toaster and you don't want to burn your head or your bottom. Think of painting the ceiling as you go up and over, squeezing the inner thighs. I find sometimes if you come up too slowly here, it's harder. So really a little bit of tempo, a little bit of rhythm. Put all the weight on that foot and hand to push the ground away from you. Hold it at the top now. And then shift your weight to your feet to give your shoulder a bit of a rest as you thread through. Then come into your side plank, looking up at the ceiling, at the fingertips. Then thread through again. And then look up. Exhale, thread through, reach. Inhale to come up. Last time, exhale, thread. Inhale to lift. And slowly come back down. Swing the legs round. And ready for our seal. We're at the end. So we sit on our jeans back pocket. We're going to lift our feet up. Bring our hands inside and lock. So hands inside the leg and then lock your arms around. Squeeze your arms into your thighs. Turn your toes up. And then think about lifting your toes up towards the ceiling. The big toes go up towards the ceiling and they roll us back. And we clap 1, 2, 3, roll up well, try to roll up and then pulse 1, 2, 3. We roll back 1, 2, 3. The reason this exercise exists with the funny claps is to challenge you to not use momentum. You've got to use your center and core to pause, to do the claps, and then use your core to drive you back up again to do the claps here. A lot of it is going to depend on your posture. And relax. Let's go into crab. The original crab, be very careful. I'm going to show it to you, but it's I'll show you the modified one, and then if you want to try the full thing, you can do. Bring your feet really close to your bottom. Elbows wide, knees close to the shoulders. You're going to roll back, again using your core. Switch your feet, and then come back up and pause here at the top. So that's the modified version, right? The half version. We roll back, cross, and roll up. And then we roll back, cross, and roll up. And then we roll back, cross, and roll up. If you want to do the full version, you roll over and you bring your head towards the floor, but very gracefully, chin to chest. And then you roll back, cross the ankles the other way, roll over, and then roll forward. Roll back, cross the ankles, roll over, and you're trying to really lift your feet and control. It's like you're controlling that descent so you don't slam into the mat. And you're getting into that slight neck stretch and real opening of the back of the body. Anyway, I missed Boomerang. Boomerang is supposed to be officially just before the crab and the seal. Let's go ahead and do it now that we're all rolled up. It's actually nice that we did it in this order. So squeeze your legs together tightly. Reach your arms forward and feel a strong scoop, and then bring your hands by just above your knees. And you're going to think of pushing, you know when you do this, so you push the mat away that way, feel like you're pushing the mat that way. You sit immediately on your jeans back pockets, and you want the legs to be squeezing so tightly together that they just come up directly from your core. So we're going to go ahead and push the mat away, squeeze the legs to go over to a rollover. Cross your legs the other way, and then roll up to a teaser and balance. Hold. Brush your kidneys. Gracefully land as you reach your arms back. You don't want to slam your legs down. You reach your arms back and forehead to the knees. If your arms don't glue together, just reach them apart like this. And then circle them round and scoop your abdominals even more. Bring your hands again by the thighs. Push the mat away without flinging your head back like I did actually. Stay round, push the mat away, and then cross the ankles other way around. Come up, balance and teaser. Brush your kidneys, reach your arms back, gracefully land, forehead to the knees, and then reach the arms forward. Again, bring the hands down, reach away, push away, cross the ankles, roll up, hold. Brush your kidneys, reach your arms back, your head forward, and then circle the arms round. Last time, bring the hands to the mat, push the mat away, come over, cross the other way around, roll up and balance in your teaser, brush your kidneys, reach your arms back, gracefully land your legs, and then bring the arms all the way over. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do control balance and rocking in reverse order because I feel that flows nicer in terms of transitions. So we're going to go over and we're going to stay in this position. And if you need help, just keep your hands here. Take one arm overhead and balance. Take the other arm overhead and balance. And you're going to reach your right leg down and try grab it as you take your left leg up towards the ceiling. And the challenge or the balance is, how vertical can you take that left leg without rolling down that way? And how much can I not cheat by rolling right onto my neck? Because I need to be on my shoulder blades, not on my neck. And then switch. So it doesn't look like much, but it is a balance exercise. It's finding that sweet spot. How do you know where the sweet spot is? It's just trial and error for your structure, for your body. Feel the opposition, two-way stretch. I pull my left leg down as my right glute tries to activate to try take me up towards that ceiling. And I take the legs down and I roll down. We did a lovely deep flexion, opening up the back of the spine. And now we're gonna roll over and do rocking. Could do it in reverse, like in the traditional order. because it's nice to do that deep flexion after extension. But for me, I prioritize more position flow in a class anyway. We're going to grab our heels towards our bottom. We've got this one and the next one exercise and we're done. So you could just hold this stretch if you like. Otherwise, think of stretching your knees away and lifting your legs up towards the ceiling and let the arms and trunk come along for the ride. Roll your shoulders open. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, relax. Now you're going to try the rocking. It's all about that inhale. So coming up again, inflate your belly with air to tip you back. And then you just rock. I'm not very flexible in this direction, so my rock is almost non-existent, but yours might be a bit more there. And if you're stiff like me, just hold this position. You don't have to do the rocking. And then relax and child's pose back. Finish with the push-up. So we're going to tuck our toes, walk back to our feet, stretch down, slowly roll up to do the push-up from the back of the mat. So from here, we're just gonna lift our arms up on the inhale. Exhale, we go up and over the throat, up and over the sternum, round back, up and over the bra strap, the navel, the hip bones, come all the way down. And then walk out without swinging your hips from side to side to your plank position. Here, feel free to bend the knees if you want to. The point in Pilates push-up is to keep the alignment under load. So you're gonna do 3 push-ups here, focusing on keeping your alignment. Don't let your neck hang down. It's much better to bend the knees and be in perfect form than to have the legs straight and start losing that. Walk back, ground your feet, slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time, all the way back up to standing. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we go up and over, round back. Walk out, keeping your hips stable. Do your 3 push-ups or more if you have energy. Feel free to do more than that. Elbows going back diagonally, core lifted, neck in line with the spine. Lift your hips, walk back, keeping your hips stable. Ground your feet and roll all the way back up again. Now we're gonna inhale, lift the arms up. Last round now, exhale, roll down, up and over, walk out. And then do 3 or more. This is your last round, so depending on your energy. Elbows going back diagonally. If someone's looking from the top, it should look like I'm a capital A with my elbows going back. Walk back. Ground your feet, roll up 1 vertebra at a time, and you're done. So let's just take an inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, float the arms down, and just notice how you feel. Lengthen the crown of the head. In Pilates, you don't need to stretch. We've been stretching the whole class, so this is the end of the class, and you should really feel more space between the vertebra, more lengthen through your spine. On this last rep, push your arms down and let the head replace where the hands were. Grow taller, 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 and notice how you feel. So I hope you enjoyed today's traditional mat flow. Next class we'll add more neuro exercises into it, and I'll see you on the next one.